winding down, but it's not over yet.
Okay,
we
great.
still have a couple of students coming up now.
Do we have the students are joining us from the green room here?
Yeah, I think we're going to do one at a time.
Okay,
if that's all
very
right.
good. All right.
A few minutes. Yep. All right.
Tim Hartman,
Buenas tardes.
DC2B, buenas tardes.
Excellent. Nice to see you. If you can pull one of those chairs out of the way.
Sit down, please.
One of these chairs.
Yeah, just pull them out of the way because we're going to do one at a time now.
All right, great. So I can slide down a little bit? Okay, great. So we have with us Tim Hartman. Aren't you graduated yet? You got to be close to being
close
graduated.
to it,
I've
brother.
been here forever, right?
Where you been? Where are you at? What quarter are you?
I'm in 11th quarter.
Holy
Wow.
smokes,
Oh my
how time
goodness.
flies when you're having fun. I see you all the time running around promoting Sherman College, promoting chiropractic. What's that all about?
What's that all about?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I promote the place that's given me everything?
I don't know why.
Tell it to as many people as possible, because as much as it's given me, I can't only give everything that I have to it.
So give us an example of some of the places you've been recently promoting Sherman College of Chiropractic, and what's that like as a student to be able to do that? Because many people wait till they're doctors of chiropractic to start promoting the profession.
Absolutely, man. That's a great question. Sherman does a great job. We have this program called the ROAR program, which stands for Reach Out and Recruit. And I had the blessed opportunity to go back to my alma mater, UNC Charlotte, which is probably my favorite place to go to, and most popular. I've had the opportunity to give like a lay lecture. That's all I'm really giving, a lay lecture in front of about 200-something students, young minds.
That's awesome to do as a student.
As a student, absolutely, man. It's just, put myself up there, and again, it's, what's the benefit? People ask me. It's just great practice getting up in front of people.
Yeah.
Which is what we've been doing our whole life. Anyway, you guys are the best at it, or getting up in front of TV, etc. But again, chiropractic was such a huge benefit for my life. Had a bad football injury, couldn't walk, did the whole run-of-the-mill medical doctors, physical therapists, etc. Got slowly better.
Right.
Then got injured again, and it wasn't until I found a chiropractor that saved my life. And I knew at 16 I wanted to be a chiropractor. And from then, it's just like you have to tell that story.
Right.
And it actually wasn't from another doctor who will be announced as a word. I don't want to blow any surprises, but he was the ROAR winner. Or he came to our school at UNC Charlotte, and I basically just
Get out. So you were in undergraduate.
Yes, sir.
When you got the bug, like this is what I want to do.
And more particularly for Sherman College.
Got
I knew
it.
chiropractic primarily, but Sherman College had that ROAR program. They came to our school, spoke to us.
Wow.
Him and I instantly connected, swapped numbers, and we've been best friends ever since. And I just took over from him.
What a great example of why it's so important to be a ROAR doctor, because you certainly are a tremendous asset to the profession already, and you haven't even graduated, into our profession. Let me ask you this. So when you're thinking about attending a chiropractic college, you said you saw this ROAR doc come to speak. What was it about Sherman College? I mean, you came to Sherman College, you visited. What were some of the reasons that you said, bam, this, out of all the schools I could go to, this is the one I'm going to make happen?
Man, he always asks us questions he knows the answers to. But, man, it's always about the family. Always about the family, man. One thing that I pride Sherman on is they knew my name and my face and recognized me before I even gave $1 to the school.
Great.
And I think that says a lot about any organization. So just really friendly, and I would skip class, actually, the class I had, to go hear Sherman talk again, just to make sure I had everything set up. And that was really the solidifier for me. I didn't even look at any other schools. I just knew Sherman was that right fit.
So you almost went through the whole curriculum now.
Yes, sir.
What was your feeling like going through the curriculum with your other classmates? Give a little bit about that.
Oh man, another great question. I've loved it. I mean, you're gonna have our ups and downs, but I know it's the same thing in your practice, and you just, Tony Robbins says the best, success leaves clues. So just follow successful people. You have to get through your academics, but again, you get to get through your academics.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity that people in Haiti that I've been to before would kill their family to be
course.
in my
Oh,
position.
yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not going to be disrespectful and say I don't have to do this, or I'm not going to talk about a question I missed. Blah 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 blah. It's minute details in this grand scheme of things. And when you keep your mind on the bigger picture, like going to things like DE or like Lyceum, of course, going all in
All in,
all
baby.
the time. So that's the most important, going all in all the time. And man, it's been a really easy process. I look back at my school career and I'm like, wow, I've been here, I've been part of this group, I know these most influential names in chiropractic, I'm sitting right beside them having an interview, and it's just like, dude, you lived the best life ever.
Yeah.
And the most important thing to receive.
Tim, I remember being in your exact shoes, about a decade ago, and I'll tell you, everything up until this point, wonderful, but your career actually exceeds your expectations. It exceeds it. So look forward to that too.
And that's the one thing I most look forward to as well, man. If it can get better than this.
Liam always talks about creating a big vision for yourself, create a huge vision for yourself, and then live up to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why not?
Awesome.
So now, what are you looking at as far as opportunities then when you graduate? What is your vision at this point?
Yeah, great question, man. That's been back and forth in my mind. I knew San Diego. I've told you that.
Beautiful place in the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man. I think America's finest city. It's called that for its reasons alone. And you've recommended great names. I
Get with Steve Tullius.
Steve Tullius, yeah. No,
one of
he's
the biggest
a great
ones
guy.
out
We
there.
were just in his office, I think, about a month ago.
Vice President of IFCO.
Yep, exactly, man. And just one thing that I admire about that guy is his patience. He sees a lot of those ADHD kids, and all those challenged kids, and like the patience that he has serving that. I mean, that's a true servant. In the
He sure
profession.
is.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, I want to do my externship program that
Right.
Sherman offers. I'd like to do it with a doc in California. I've got a couple names, haven't solidified which one yet, but I want to open up, man. I think actually, Dr. Wise this quarter solidified me. He goes, you can work with the doc and make decent money, but you're not really going to make enough to save that you want to do a practice. And man, just go right out the gates. That's what you want to do anything. So, and I've got the energy, I believe, for it. So.
And that's exactly what I did too. I opened up right away. There was I felt leaving Sherman College, not only was I confident, but I had competency. So I was competent in my communication skills and my palpation and adjusting skills. I was ready. They didn't give me the greatest business aspects, but I know they've improved on that since I left. But you learn that as you go too. Yeah. So like you said, stumble and fall and pick yourself up and then
And I
move
think
on
you
forward.
make a great point. I want to reiterate that Sherman College, especially with Dr. Dooley and Dean DePice, has done an excellent job for our PSP, the Practice Success Program, giving people the tools. I mean, they've gone through day 1, day 2, orientation, report of findings, like the stuff that we actually do practice. Exactly, that we do practice in the clinic. But they're giving it to us again. How we can do in practice, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be successful here. That's their goal. So if you don't get it here, it really is your fault as a student.
Tim, that's so important, that point, because I as I travel around and I speak at a lot of chiropractic colleges, one of the things that I see, sadly and commonly, is that the students are afraid. They don't know who they are, what they're doing, why. They're confused. They have a lack of certainty. Their skill sets are down. And it sounds like, from what you're saying, the Sherman experience is quite the opposite. It's you know exactly who you are, what you're doing, why, and you just almost can't wait to get out of the gates to make it happen.
I can, and the school is a school. At the end of the day, you can go to whatever the college that doesn't do producing chiropractic and still be a successful chiropractor.
Sure.
So I may toot my own horn and say it has been a lot of individual long days and sleepless nights, as Sid Williams would say. But man, Sherman has been the vehicle to allow me to have those opportunities, hands down. There's no question about that. And those opportunities are there. They're here at Lyceum. Talk to the docs. DE.
Sure.
Dr. Cordero speaks there. I mean, literally the best doctors around the world are literally just a Facebook post away, or even a text away, which has been amazing. It's just the network that I've been able to accumulate, when I know you guys have as well. It's phenomenal. I never even consciously thought that was possible. So,
and that's the thing. If you're going to go through this rigorous academic program, you might as well go through with a family type environment.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course, man. We're all here, and I tell people this: what's the selling point for Sherman?
Yeah.
There's no competition.
That's right.
There's no competition between me and any of my classmates about getting an A or higher A or
Right.
I want you to make sure that you're preaching what chiropractic is, and I will do anything to help you with that, because when I'm helping you.
And isn't that wonderful about chiropractic, especially when you're in school? It's not a competition to say, okay, I want to separate myself from the bunch. It's you're bringing everybody up with you, and that's one of the things that I love the most, because if you think about a law profession, you want to be the top one in the class so you get into that top law firm. Medical school, you want to be the top one to get into the top hospital. It's not like that with chiropractic. It's we're all bringing each other up, and it's our responsibility. The ones at the very, very tippity top are going to bring the ones below them, and then it's like riding on each other's shoulders. So you're coming up through the ranks too, so you have to remember to do that for the folks below you. We have some students watching the show, actually around the world. I was going to say across the country, but Marcy McKenna is from Davenport, Iowa, Palmer School, and she's just saying it's so neat to hear one of my colleagues talk and inspire me, and she's coming up too. So she's from a different school, but you're inspiring other schools right now.
That's awesome, man.
Tim, the time always flies when we're having fun, and it's been a great pleasure having you on the IFCO television. We appreciate the contributions that you're giving to Sherman, to the profession as a student, and we thank you for coming on and sharing with IFCO television.
Absolutely, thank you guys so much. It's definitely an honor.
Don't lose the passion.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Just hang around you guys.
I don't think
Fire
that's
it up.
happening soon.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Thank you guys so
Okay,
much.
brother.
I appreciate it. Have
Yep,
a great
yep.
day. We'll see you later. Okay?
All right, take care. Aha. Who we have up on the coming into the group from the green room now?
Yes.
I am Allie
So nice to see you.
Ali, nice to meet you.
Nice
Frank
to
Hahn.
meet you.
Yes.
Well,
All
welcome
right.
to IFCO Television.
Thank you.
Folks, if you're just joining us, we are wrapping up a stellar IFCO television program. We're broadcasting live from Sherman Lyceum, Sherman College of Chiropractic, which is located, of course, as you know, in the foothills of the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains here in South Carolina, in Sparkle City, Spartanburg. Where are you from, and how did you get to Sherman College?
I am from Washington State.
Wow!
Yeah.
The other side
oh
of the
my
country.
Goodness, yes.
And I actually fell in love with Sherman at Lyceum last
Okay.
year.
This is amazing.
So many people have saying that. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Including myself. That's how I found it too.
Yeah. So I came down with my dad for Lyceum last year.
Last year.
To look at the college, and it felt like home.
Right.
And Liam, I think that I have shared a story with you about my dad was very apprehensive about me becoming a chiropractor. It was just not something that he ever thought of for me. He didn't know anything about the industry,
Right.
what we do as a profession. And he actually saw Liam speak. And when we walked out of there, whatever he said clicked with him.
That's great.
And he turned to me and he said, he approved. And
Oh,
he
awesome.
understood why I was doing this.
Wow.
So it was here that we bonded. I fell in love with chiropractic all over again, and just saw how beautiful this family is here.
This
And
is
that's-
amazing. I remember
Right.
you talking to me and telling me that story, and I met your dad, I believe, and now you're in school. I
Now
this
I'm
is
here.
There's a saying
Fourth
that you never
quarter
know
already.
how far reaching.
yeah.
Yeah, we were here, at the end of April, and then I started in June.
Wow, congratulations.
exciting.
So now you're in your philosophy classes, right?
Yep,
Is that,
we just finished Philosophy 3.
Wow,
was
you're at
great.
Philosophy 3 already, folks.
Already.
Already.
3
You get it
philosophy
right away.
And some people want to say it's a historical concept. Certainly not. You're getting
No.
deep into the philosophy, right?
We are very deep in it, and I feel so blessed that this school provides us with so much
Yeah.
philosophy. I've spoken with students from several other colleges before, and they just don't get it. They're jealous of the amount of philosophy that
Right.
we get. They're like, you're so lucky to have the people that you have there, to have the amount of philosophy and just get immersed in it.
Yes.
So we're really lucky here.
Now, have you experienced classes with Dr. Decken yet?
I have
Oh, okay.
2 of them.
Isn't he amazing?
He's
Yeah.
the best. When I was in Philosophy 1, it was just something that you looked forward to every day to refresh yourself, ground yourself, and it's easy to get caught up in the everyday, I have to pass anatomy, I have to pass biochem. But when you get back to philosophy and you sit there and you hear and you remember why you're doing what you're doing, and it makes the harder classes, the basic sciences a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I'm curious. So you're in Washington State, right?
Yep.
And so now I can just imagine the amount of, because, sadly, a lot of people pick their chiropractic college based on proximity, right?
That's very true.
And golly, gee whiz, I can imagine where you could have went to, right, for chiropractic college. And
Yeah.
I'm using the word chiropractic and chiropractic college here very liberally.
Yes.
So how did you get connected to Sherman? What was the contact there? I mean, because for all intents and purposes, you should have been lost. I mean, you should be a lost. If you chose chiropractic at all, you should have been a lost one. Looking at the proximity.
While my dad was not initially excited about my career choice, he is my dad and he's very supportive of me.
Okay.
And when I told him that, I wanted to find the best chiropractic college, he really helped me. And so I gave him a list of all these ones that I wanted to go visit, and he wanted to go with me. And he said, well, Allie, those sound great, but there's this one in South Carolina that's the best out of all of them, and you haven't even said anything about it yet.
Wow.
Your dad picked it.
Your dad.
Wow.
How did your dad discover Sherman?
Just by his research.
Oh, okay.
That is pretty amazing.
Amazing.
So, Frank, the word is getting out
It
that,
is.
that this is, the level of quality, really, and the competitive, competitive advantage that Sherman has, just economically as well. Students are so worried now about the amount of student loans they're going to have.
For sure.
Out of all the places that you could should be. Sherman College, not only we feel, creates some of the greatest chiropractic practitioners on the planet, but also it's inexpensive to live here in comparison to most places in the world. If you look at the pricing of Sherman College, very competitive compared to many other chiropractic colleges, right?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's some of the research that your dad was doing.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But this is a great place to be. And, maybe it was just divine guidance that brought him here. I don't know. But yeah, I'm here and I'm thankful. And
Awesome.
it's great.
All right.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm blown away because, when you stepped on here, I'm saying, gosh, it looks familiar. I remember, I think you talked, and then you tell this story, and it's like, wow, I can't. Your fourth quarter already?
Already.
You weren't even into school last time I saw you. Now your fourth quarter got over some of the heavy science parts, right? And so, we're unfortunately we're running out of time as always. But what are as you see it right now? What are some of your plans for the future? How do you see Sherman College of Chiropractic fitting into your future plans?
Well, Sherman is just exploding right now.
Yeah.
And I just want to continue to be a part of it forever. Come back for Lyceum, reconnect with everybody, get recharged, and just stay in the family.
Yeah.
And that is kind of rare too, because we travel all over and we go to a lot of different chiropractic colleges, and what we normally hear from other chiropractic colleges, I'm never coming back here again.
I don't think that's the general consensus here, though.
Not at Sherman. It's different.
You become not only so close with your classmates, of course, because you're with them every day, but the professors, the people that run the school, the vice president, and Dr. Cordero and Dr. Cohen, they come up to me and give me hugs in the hall. They know my name.
Yeah.
They know my dad's name.
Wow.
Amazing.
You just don't get that everywhere. I didn't even get that in my undergrad. So that really makes it a family and makes you want to stay rooted with your family.
Well, I tell you, this has been impressive, Allie.
Before
you
we
have
go,
another question?
Yeah, I think you have a very wonderful story to share.
Thanks.
Can you? Is there something you can share? Because we have somebody that mentioned on the chat room that knows you.
Okay.
So they're just saying you have a wonderful story to share about your mom.
I do.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Well, this is why I wanted to become a chiropractor. My mom, when I was 13 years old, she was rear-ended in a car accident, very mild car accident, taken to the hospital. They did like an x-ray, gave her some ibuprofen, sent her home, nothing was really wrong. A few months later, she gets a frozen shoulder. So her body is starting to develop these symptoms. She went to physical therapy for it. And then about 6 months later after that, she started to get really bad migraines. And one day these migraines didn't go away. And they got really, really bad. And she had a migraine that lasted for a week. And her eyes started to bulge out of her head.
Oh my goodness.
So much that the inner lining of her eyelids twisted and turned. She looked like a fish.
Jeez.
So she was going in and out of specialists, and they told her that she had orbitopseudotumor, which is a terminal eye cancer,
Oh my goodness.
where the muscles in your eyes twist and turn to form these tumors. So they put her on 250 milligrams of prednisone a day,
Oh my goodness.
drugged her up, and basically over the course of a year, going to different specialists, said there's nothing we can do with you.
That's their normal book protocol.
So
Drug you up.
pain management, sent her home to die.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
So one day she was getting a massage by our massage therapist to kind of help ease the pain. And she said, Linda, your atlas feels really weird to me. I have this chiropractor, he specializes in upper cervical. You should go check him out. Maybe he could do something for you. So she went to this doctor, Dr. Jeffrey Finnegan.
Oh yeah.
And he's an atlas orthogonal
In Washington.
in Washington, in Lacey, Washington. And she came to him with her life in her hands, crying, like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Please help me. Of all these specialists that she went to, not one of them took an x-ray of her neck.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
He took an x-ray of her neck, and her atlas bone was completely twisted 180 degrees around.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
And it was completely blocking the cerebrospinal fluid from circulating through her body and pooling in her brain behind her eyes.
Wow.
And that's what was causing the protrusion.
Unreal.
Oh my goodness.
After one adjustment, she had severe double vision, couldn't see. One adjustment, the next day she could see.
Jeez.
Within 6 weeks, she was off all of her medication.
Oh my goodness.
In 3 months, she was driving, she was back to her life, and you know, she's here today because of
Oh, my
chiropractic.
Gives me chills.
So
And to think how many people like her are out there today, you know, and
Suffering.
for not knowing about chiropractic.
Right.
Exactly.
And now, how could you not be inspired to become a chiropractor after dealing with that?
absolutely, and I had the opportunity recently to meet Dr. Sweat, who
Oh, yeah.
invented
Oh, yeah.
Atlas
Yeah.
orthogonal. And so it was such a great privilege to me to meet the person that invented the technique
Yeah.
that saved my mom's
Awesome.
life.
Right.
Totally
Oh my
awesome.
goodness.
So
Wow.
it's been a great journey, and I'm so appreciative.
Oh my
Well, we're
goodness.
appreciative to you.
Yeah.
And
Thank you
so
so much for
impressed.
sharing.
I got to
that.
tell you, I don't think, I'll just tell you, when I was a fourth course student, there's no way I could have expressed myself the way you've just expressed
Right.
yourself. So
Thank you.
very impressive. So
Thank you.
so thankful that you
Thank
joined us
you.
this morning.
Thank you
or
for
this
having
afternoon.
Thank you.
me.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Have
Yeah.
a great day.
Thank
Alright,
you.
enjoy
Appreciate it.
Lyceum.
Enjoy Sherman Lyceum.
Thank you.
Holy
my
smokes! How's
goodness.
that for an ending?
Yeah. Well, I don't think so. We have one.
We
more
got one
guest.
more.
One
Oh my
guest.
gosh, one more
Yeah.
guest. Great.
And then we got.
Oh, look at this.
Uh-huh.
Weston, nice to see you.
Nice to
Hello,
see you.
Weston. Nice to
Hey.
see you again.
Thank you.
Well, okay, so we got to follow that one up.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Weston, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay,
Ah.
so now you're from Oklahoma. What gets you into chiropractic? What gets you along that path?
Sure. My undergrad was pre-med, so I know that's a bad
Okay.
term. I mean, we're not super excited about that. But I wanted to be an osteopath just because
Interesting. Okay.
they wanted to do less drugs and get to the root
Okay.
cause of it whenever it was initially started. The more I looked into it, it was just drugs and medication and just blending more and more with the MD.
Okay.
And that just didn't seem natural to me because the body was made to heal from the inside out naturally.
Okay.
I'm not one on big Advil and Tylenol and all that stuff. So I actually ended up living in Asheville, North Carolina, so right up the street.
Beautiful. Nice place. Yeah.
Definitely. So just getting more into the holistic area and everything. And I decided that I needed to figure out what I was going to do with my life.
Okay.
So I started looking at physical therapy or chiropractic. Because from the outside, it's kind of the same thing.
Sadly, that's true. Yeah.
Neck and back pain.
Yeah.
So I decided on chiropractic and started looking at the schools. And Sherman was down the street, everything. And Sherman was the only one that just did chiropractic.
Right.
Like, that's all they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't have a massage therapist or acupuncturist or anything else associated with it. So I decided if I was going to go to chiropractic school,
Bing,
I
bam, boom.
might as well go to the only school that only does chiropractic.
Beautiful.
Right.
Hmm.
So I started at Sherman, and then first quarter with Dr. Decken, got the philosophy of chiropractic and how the body's made to heal naturally from the inside out.
And that's where you got why to become a chiropractor.
That's why I got why.
That's the big one because that's what a lot of people don't get the why behind why you're a chiropractor.
Yeah.
So true. And so then you joined the Sherman family, right? And what do you think, as far as your experiences so far? What quarter are you in right now?
12th.
I can't
get
believe
ready to
it.
graduate. Oh my
Everybody's getting older here around me. What's happening
I
to me? I'm
know.
staying the same age, but everybody else continues to move up the ranks here. Wow. So you're 12th quarter, and what's the plan from this point? Do you have something developed at this point?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to open up in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga,
Nice.
Tennessee. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Now, why Chattanooga? Why'd you pick that one?
Well, on paper, it looks good.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
But I like to run.
Got it,
And so I like an active community, so I actually went up there and checked it out, and it's beautiful. Within 10 minutes of downtown, you're in the mountains and can get lost and just just gorgeous all around. So it just played to my heart.
Isn't that one of the nice things about being a chiropractor, and especially being a talented chiropractor, which is the kind of chiropractor that Sherman produces, is that, I mean, I hear absolutely no uncertainty in your voice. It's just like, oh, I want to go to Chattanooga because that's where I want to be, and I have the skills that I need to make things happen, and bing. And that's the, you know what I mean? There's no hesitancy there. So it's refreshing to hear that, because again, Frank and I travel around to other chiropractic colleges around the world, and we certainly do not see that. Frank, I mean, have you seen this with the 3 people that we've interviewed here? They have this look to them. They're looking straight through you with the level of vision that they have.
They're certain.
You notice that. I mean, it really is that level of certainty, and I don't see that at other chiropractic colleges. Again, for the reason that you so well stated, is that Sherman focuses on one thing and one thing only. You know, it's not a jack of all trades. It's not a bring everything into the pot. It is detection, analysis, and correction of vertebral subluxation, understanding the science, philosophy, and art, and being able to communicate that in a way that you create a big impact in your community. It's just so refreshing to see you students here this weekend. I mean, it inspires me to get even more involved in chiropractic. What would you say to somebody who is considering maybe a career in chiropractic, and they're saying, you know, is Sherman right for me? What would you say to them?
Sure. I mean, well, obviously, without a doubt, it's the right place to be. I mean, you can come on campus and you can just feel it. It's like a palpation of energy.
Yeah.
That's just so exciting. But like you said, if you want to learn the philosophy, the art, and the science of chiropractic, there's no better place. You're going to learn how to become a master adjuster. All the teachers are high energy. They want to pour into you. They want to like feed you and feed your spirit. And a lot of that to get you to be better as a person, as opposed to someone who doesn't practice anymore and they might be a little bit dead inside, that I've heard from other schools. But just mainly because the spirit, and everyone wants you to be successful, and they definitely give you the tools to do it.
That's such a great point you just made. You know, I do hear that quite often from other schools. You know, oh, for those who can't do, they teach, right? And I mean, we were talking earlier, some of the power hitters that we have. Dr. Armand Rossi, expert adjuster. Yeah. By the way, he taught me in school, right? Not letting his age down, but I mean, brilliant, right? Brilliant. I'm talking high volume practitioner. This guy has seen it all, done it all. Expert in children, you know, working with children in chiropractic. Then you have Christopher Kent just came on board, you know, the smartest man in chiropractic. It's the folks that are teaching here. Dr. Brian Dooley was on here, Dr. Bill Decken. They're teaching here because there's a passion for what it is that they're doing. And they're very interested in what the future product of the chiropractic schools are. And I really think we are seeding around the world in these little hotspots, you know, some of the greatest chiropractors on the planet. And I mean, you're a typical example of that. So we're so proud of you. We're so happy that you come and share this message with the world, really, about what's going on here at Sherman. And again, I think some presidents of chiropractic colleges would be very concerned if we gave an open mic to a client, really, in essence, the end stage product of Sherman College. And I got to tell you, Dr. Cordero was on here earlier. He's like, that's great. Oh, bring all the students on. You know, fantastic. You know, let them tell their story. You know, it's like, whereas people will be like, no, don't give them the mic. You know, it's that level of, I mean, it sounds like you really feel like you're on board a mission greater than yourself. You're working with a group of committed individuals, and you're learning the skills that you need to be successful in practice. I mean, it's win, win, and win. I don't see any downside to that. So, again, thank you so much for coming on the program and sharing your message. We certainly appreciate you. I know it's going to be an inspiration to the folks that are possibly considering a career in chiropractic. And again, the big mistake people make, right? Oh, let's say I'm Oklahoma. Oh, let me go to the school that's closest to me in Oklahoma, right? You can't make the worst mistake on the planet. I mean, it really, the quality of education is so important, and the environment that you're going through this rigorous program with. So again, a great pleasure to have you on the program, Weston. We appreciate you, and again, thank you for sharing your message.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. Look for Chattanooga. It's gonna light right up.
Inspiring chiropractor coming out your way.
Thank you.
Right. Awesome.
Great
Thank
to
you,
have you
Weston.
on.
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness, that was amazing.
I mean, just when you think it can't get better, right? It just keeps getting better.
Oh, my.
What a crescendo.
Yes.
Frank, now we got to go do something else. I
Yeah,
can't believe it.
we're busy all weekend.
I think we're gonna walk across the water and make our way to our next event. I gotta split. I gotta catch a
Yes.
dinner with Del Presidente here.
Absolutely.
All right, Frank.
All right. Signing off. That's everybody
All right.
for today.
Yes.
Look for us tomorrow. We're gonna do some Facebooking and live streaming tomorrow.
That's right. Thank you, everybody, for participating, and please share this message on your social media that IFCO Television is there for you, and we certainly enjoyed having you with us on the program. Consider joining IFCO, www.ifcochiro.org, if you found value in this presentation, and check out all the prior episodes at IFCO.TV. Is that correct?
That's right. And you can go to youtube.com/IFCO-Chiro.
Fantastic.
And our next live event is going to be from Amsterdam at Schubel Vision.
That's right. May 6th and May 7th, we'll be broadcasting live from Schubel Vision Amsterdam. Frank, a great pleasure to have you as my co-host, as always.
Absolutely.
Frank, you were mentioning too, Australia, September 23rd and 24th,
Yes.
Schubel Vision there, and then of course Schubel Vision Mexico,
Looking
December
forward
2nd
to
and
all
3rd.
of them.
Well, I'm going to run. Thank you. I appreciate
All
it,
right.
Frank.
Take care.
All right, thank you,
Enjoy.
everybody.
Bye-bye, guys.
Have a
See you
great
next
day.
time.
We'll see you at the next Sherman Lyceum, I hope, next year.
Yeah.
Bring the family.